Hey guys, today we are going to do Thevenin theorem. Now first we are going to understand what the Thevenin theorem states, and then we will look at different cases that it puts forward. Now first of all, we will look at the definition. Thevenin theorem states that a linear two-terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage VTH in series with a resistor RTH. That is, the first line means that if a linear two-terminal circuit is given to us, that is, consider it to be this circuit, and there are two terminals A and B, and this is the load, say a resistance RL. Now we have to convert this circuit into this form, which will have the voltage as VTH, that is this voltage, a resistance in series RTH, that is this resistance, with current I flowing through it. These will be our terminals A and B from here, and the load resistance will stay as it is, that is RL. Now we have to convert this into this form. Now we will first find RTH. Now RTH is the input resistance at the terminals A and B when all the independent sources are turned off. Now this is a very important part. We will find RTH when we have turned off all the independent sources in this circuit. Now after finding value of RTH, we will find the value of VTH by keeping intact all the independent sources and finding the voltage across the terminals A and B. That is, we will keep the circuit as it is, and we will find the voltage V across these two terminals. And then we will put the value of VTH and RTH over here, and this will be our final Thevenin circuit. Now we will look at different cases that it puts forward. That is, there is a different case for independent sources and there is a different case for dependent sources. So now first of all we are going to do for independent sources. That is our case 1. Now in case 1, where we have only the independent sources, first we will find the value of RTH. That is by turning off all the independent sources across the terminals AB, and the right part of the AB terminals will be open circuited. That is, suppose we have a circuit like this which has only independent sources and has terminals A and B over here with, let's say, some resistance RL, that is the load resistance. Now we have to convert this into Thevenin form. So first of all we will turn off all the independent sources in this part and get the value of RTH that is across these two terminals, and we will ignore this part of the circuit. That is, we will not consider RL while getting the value of RTH. Now similarly, when we have found out the value of RTH, that is, we have found out RTH, now we will find VTH. Now in finding VTH, we will keep the circuit as it is. That is, we will not change anything in this circuit, but we will still ignore this part of the circuit. That is, RL will not be considered while taking VTH. And VTH is the voltage across these two terminals, that is terminals A and B. So AB open circuited means that this part is not considered. Okay. So VTH therefore is also known as open circuit voltage. That is, VTH is equal to VOC. In many questions we will also write that find VOC instead of VTH. So that means voltage at open circuited. Now the equivalent circuit which will come out to be will look like this. That is, we will have the value of VTH, a resistor in series RTH, terminals A and B, and the resistance RL will stay as it is. Now in some questions we are also asked to find the value of I, or we can say ISC. That is, we will find the value of I by using simple I is equal to V by R formula. That is, I will be equal to VTH upon RTH plus RL. That is, RL and RTH have been added as they are in series. Now similarly, we are going to do case 2, where we will have dependent sources as well as independent sources. In that case, we will have to take certain assumptions. Now in case 2, we have dependent sources along with the independent sources. So first we will find the value of RTH. For that, first we are going to assume a voltage V0 or a current I0 across the terminals A and B. That is on the right side of the terminals A and B. That is over here. We will remove this part and we will consider a voltage V0 or I0 while finding RTH. That is, we will write this circuit with all the independent sources turned off, and here we will add, let's say we will add a voltage V0 which we have assumed to be of 1 volt. These are the terminals A and B. The independent sources all are turned off in this circuit. Now this circuit will be used to find the value of RTH. That is, we will find the value of RTH by assuming a 1 volt voltage source, or we will assume, instead of this, we can assume I0 as equal to 1 ampere, which you can consider to flow in any direction. That is, I am considering it to flow from down to the top portion of the circuit. Now the things to keep in mind is that if you have assumed V0, that is V0, if you have assumed V0, then you will find the value of I0 first, and from there we will get RTH as V0 by I0. Or if you have assumed I0 first, then you will find the value of V0 over here first, and from there also we will get the RTH by the same formula, that is V0 by I0. So finding RTH is the tricky part. Now when we will have to find VTH, we will simply have to take this circuit, and moreover we will remove this part. That is, we will open circuit in this part like we did in case 1, and we will leave this circuit as it is, and we will use mesh current or node voltages, whatever we find easy, to find the value of VTH. Now we will be doing a couple of questions on this so that these steps become very clear to you. Now in question number 1, we can see that only the dependent sources are given to us. So we will apply case 1 over here. Now according to the question, we have to find the Thevenin equivalent circuit, and we have to also find the current across RL, that is this resistor, which is a variable resistor, when the values of RL are 6, 16 and 36. So our first step should be to find RTH. For that we are going to remove or turn off all the independent sources. That is, the circuit for RTH will be, the 4 ohm resistor will come over here. We have short circuited the voltage, and we will open circuit the ammeter part. That is, we will only be left with the 12 ohm resistor over here, 1 ohm resistor here, and as we discussed earlier, the A and B terminals will be left open. That is, this will be open circuited. We will remove RL from here. Now RTH has to be found across these two terminals. That is, RTH will be equal to the, that is, we will solve these two resistors parallelly and add this 1 ohm resistor, that is 4 solved parallelly with 12 ohm resistor plus 1, which will come out to be 4 into 12 upon 16 plus 1, that is 4 ohm. Now we have found out the value of RTH. Now we will draw the circuit for VTH. For that we will keep this circuit as it is, but we will remove this part. Please remember that we are applying case 1 over here. Now the circuit for VTH is this. That is, first we are going to apply mesh current in order to find the value of VTH, that is across these two terminals. Now you should also know that the voltage across parallel resistance remain the same. That is, voltage across this resistance will also be VTH. That is, we can write VTH over here also. So now let us assume currents in the first loop. That is, I1 will flow from here, and let's say I2 will flow from here. Now we are going to apply mesh analysis in loop 1. That is, from loop 1 we will get minus 32 plus 4I1 plus 12 minus 12 into I1 minus I2 equal to 0. We got this from loop 1. Now from loop 2 we can easily see that the value of I2 will be equal to minus 2 ampere. That is because I2 and the 2 ampere is flowing in the opposite direction. That is why I2 is equal to minus 2 ampere. Now we will solve for I1 using these two equations. That is, we will put the value of I2 over here, and we will get the value of I1 to be 0.5 ampere. Now that we have got the value of I1, we can easily find the value of VTH across this resistance. That is, VTH will be equal to 12 into I1 minus I2. That is, we will put the values given in the question, 0.5. We just found out I1 and I2 is 2.0, which will come out to be 30 volts. That is, now we have found out the value of VTH and we had found out the value of RTH in the previous section. Now we are going to draw the equivalent circuit, and across that circuit we will find the value of I which will flow through RL for different values of RL. So now we are going to draw the equivalent circuit first. That is the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Now we will draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit using the values of VTH and RTH. That is, we knew that VTH will come over here with a series resistance RTH as we discussed earlier, and the load resistance RL will be drawn over here across the terminals A and B. That is, VTH is equal to 30 volts, RTH is equal to 4 ohm. And now in the first case, we have to find the value of I across the current across the resistance RL for value 6 ohm. That is, we will first write the general formula that we will use to get the value of I across RL, which is, suppose that current is IL, that is VTH upon RTH plus RL. We have simply used the series formula for the resistances as they are in series. Now we will put the values, that is 30 volts upon RTH is 4 plus, for first case, RL is 6. This will come out to be equal to 3 ampere. Now similarly, we are going to put the value of RL as 16 ohms. From there we will get the, suppose this is I1, from there we will get the value of I2 as 1.5 ampere. Similarly, we are going to put RL equal to 36 ohm. From there we will get IL3 as 0.75 ampere. So guys, this is our final answer. We use the Thevenin equivalent circuit in order to find IL across RL for different values of RL. Now we are going to do question number 2, which is a bit trickier than this question as it will contain dependent sources as well. Now we are going to do question number 2. In question number 2, we can see that we have a dependent source. So now we are going to apply case 2. Now remember that in case 2, when we had to find RTH, we either had to assume 1 volt voltage source or 1 ampere current source. Now we can assume either one of them. So in this question, we are going to assume a 1 volt voltage source across the terminals AB on its right hand side. That is, first we are going to draw the equivalent circuit for RTH. Please also keep that in mind that for RTH we will turning off all the independent sources. That is, in this case we have only one independent source, that is the ammeter, which we will open circuit. That is, the final circuit for RTH will look like this. Now that we have drawn our final circuit for RTH, this is the most important part of the circuit. Here we have assumed a 1 volt voltage source, and now we will assume a current I0 that will flow across it. So first we should find the value of I0, then we will use this value of I0 and V0 and find the value of RTH. That is, as we discussed earlier, RTH we will find by using the formula V0 by I0. So first of all, we are going to apply mesh rule. That is, now we will assume certain currents in each branch. That is, I1 in this loop, I2 will flow in this loop, and I3 will flow in this loop. Now we will first apply mesh rule in loop 1. From there we will get minus 2Vx plus 2 I1 minus I2 equal to 0. If we solve this, we will get Vx is equal to I1 minus I2. Let us consider this equation as 1. Now please closely look at this loop, that is loop 2. From here we can directly see that we will get 4 minus 4I2 equal to Vx. Now we will use this value of Vx and put this in equation 1. That is, from there we will get the value of I1. That is, I1 will come out to be minus 3I2. Now we will apply KVL in these two loops. That is in loop 2 and loop 3. Now in loop 2, we will get the equation as 4I2 plus 2 I2 minus I1 plus 6 into I2 minus I3 equal to 0. And similarly from this loop, that is loop 3, we will get the equation as 6I3 minus I2 plus 2I3 plus 1. That is, consider this equation to be equation 2 and this equation to be equation 3. Now we will use this value of I1 and put this in equation 2. That is, now this equation will become in the terms of only I2 and I3. Now we will solve these two equations to get the value of I3 and I2. Now when we solve these equations, we will get the value of I3 as minus 1 by 6 ampere. Now from solving the previous KVL equations, we got the value of I3 as minus 1 by 6. Now please closely look at this loop. We can see that the value of I3 will be equal to minus I0. From there we will get I0 as 1 by 6 ampere. Now that's what we wanted to find. Now we will put this value of I0 in this formula and we will get the value of RTH. That is, V0 we assume to be of 1 volt, that is this part, and I0 we just found out, that is 1 by 6. So value of RTH will come out to be 6 volts. And the assumption that we made over here is the main part. So please keep this assumption in mind always. Now we are going to draw the equivalent circuit for VTH. Now we have got our equivalent circuit for VTH. Now in this circuit we have to find the value of VOC or VTH as we discussed earlier, the open circuit voltage. So now we are going to consider certain mesh currents in order to find the value of VTH. That is, we will consider I1 over here, I2 over here, I3 in this loop, and now we are going to apply KVL in loop 1. From here we can directly see that value of I1 is equal to 5 ampere. And now we will use this loop, that is loop 3. In loop 3 we will apply KVL and we will get minus 2Vx plus 2I3 minus I2 is equal to 0. That is, when you will solve this, you will get V3 is equal to Vx is equal to I3 minus I2. Now from loop 2, that is from loop 2, we will apply KVL and we will get the equation as 4I2 minus I1 plus 2I2 minus I3 plus 6I2 is equal to 0. Or on further solving this, you will get 12I2 minus 4I1 minus 2I3 is equal to 0. Consider this equation as equation 1. This is equation 2. And now closely look at this part of the circuit, that is in this branch. From here we can see that 4I1 minus I2 will come out to be equal to Vx. We will name this equation as equation 3. Now we will use these three equations, that is 1, 2 and 3, to get the value of I2. That is, on solving these three equations, we will get the value of I2 as 10 by 3 ampere. And hence, now that we have found out the value of I2 which is flowing across this resistor, we will find the value of VOC by using the formula V is equal to IR. That is, in this case, I2 into 6 ohm. We will put the value of I2 over here and we will get the final value of VOC or VTH as 20 volts. Now this is our final answer. Now we are going to use the value of VTH that we have found out just now and the value of RTH that we found out previously to make the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Now we are going to use these two values to find out the equivalent circuit. That is, we will put VTH over here, that is 20 volts, and a series resistance RTH 6 ohm across the terminals A and B. So guys, this is our final answer that we found out by using two equivalent circuits of RTH and VTH. This question was very important as it had dependent sources as well as the independent sources. So please look at case 2 again before solving this question.